My dear students, today I am going to teach you your lesson from Vistas, Journey to the End of the Earth by Tishani Doshi. Tishani Doshi is an Indian poet, journalist and dancer based in Chennai. She was born in Madras and she is a writer and dancer of Welsh Gujarati origin. She has been awarded for many writings of hers and a very well-known writer. In The Journey to the End of the Earth, Tishani Doshi describes the journey to the coldest, driest and windiest continents in the world, Antarctica. The world's geological history is trapped in Antarctica. Geoff Green's Students on Ice program aims at taking high school students to the ends of the world. Doshi thinks that Antarctica is the place to go and understand the Earth's present, past and future. I will now very quickly summarize the lesson for you all, dear children. Now, for a South Indian man, or for that matter, girl, traveling to Antarctica from Madras, it takes 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 water bodies and just as many ecospheres to reach there. Tishani Doshi traveled to the southern end of the earth along with an expedition group named Students on Ice that provides opportunity to the young minds to sensitize towards the realistic version of climatic changes happening in the world. Now, this is where she went under this program and all that she learned about what the past, the present and the future of the earth is. Now, according to the founder of the organization, we are the young versions of future policy makers who can turn the situation around. Now here, when I say this, it is about the youngsters, the young people, all that the young can do. Antarctica is one of the coldest, driest and windiest continent in the world. As far as the eyes can see, it is completely white and its uninterrupted blue horizon gives immense relief. So, now, if you just picturize, she's coming from Chennai and she goes all the way, crossing so many time zones and whatnot, and then she reaches there and there's only ice all around her, water all around her, and it is cold, so cold. So you see the impact that she feels of the weather change. And firstly, it is obviously the relief because she has traveled for 100 hours. And so, obviously, when she reaches there, when she reaches Antarctica, the initial thing that she feels is relief that finally her journey has ended. But then later on, when she looks around, she is overwhelmed by the coldness and the vast expanse of ice. It is shocking to believe that India and Antarctica were part of the same supercontinent Gondwana that got segregated into countries, giving rise to the globe we know today. So initially, the world was, there were no such different continents earlier. The whole world was just one single continent, supercontinent named Gondwana. So she was quite stupefied when she got to know this. And Antarctica had a warmer climate until then. Until when? When it was just one supercontinent. Then it was very warm. Despite human civilization under the globe, it still remains in its pure form. Being a South Indian sun-worshipping person, it was unimaginable for the author to visit the place that constitutes world's 90% of ice, a place so quiet that it is only interrupted by snow avalanches. What are avalanches? When huge snow mountains or ice breaks off and falls. That is called as avalanche. It is a home to a lot of evidences that can give us a glimpse of the past, and at the same time, Antarctica helps us foresee the future. Now, here I would mention that in the lesson, the author says that it is very easy to talk about Antarctica and such places sitting in your cozy living rooms. You actually get to know about nature and what your world is like when you set foot on it, when you really go out to see it, and you're out over there to actually witness what the whole thing is all about. Now she has reached Antarctica and she's seeing what she had only up till now read about. So the place gives an awakening to the threatening alarm that global warming is actually real. Now here, when she comes here, that is when she gets to know that she knew this already, that yes, the global warming is alarming, but coming here, she actually gets a feel of it, that how real. Who knows if Antarctica will be warm again, and even if it does, will we be alive to see it? Now, this is a question, and in the lesson, the author also says that all these people who take expeditions, who take groups of people for such expeditions, are actually old, and these are people who have lived their lives, hoarded a lot of money, and then now they want to do something more creative, so they are doing it. And there are the people who go for these expeditions are generally those who now, after earning enough, they want to just go around and look around what all the world has. But the author says that it is actually the youngsters who can really make a difference, because the youngsters are the future of the world that we live in, the world that we need to conserve and to hold for us and our generations to come. Thank you, children. This was a quick summary of your lesson. I hope you've understood it well.